No more staring down unlit streets. The chicken can start to earn its keep.
Hey everybody, I'm the Bigglesworth, and welcome back to another episode of Playing with a Fullstack. Now, it's been a little while since I've been here. A few things have changed. The gaming island over there is starting to take shape. Looks like a lot of things have been added. And there's a helicopter out here, and some kind of a sea base or something getting built. Oh, random boat again. But the first thing I noticed was this. A giant coffee cup on top of my coffee cup. What? What is that? Now, recently, Nick Nasty did a little video where he mimicked my video style. It was absolutely hilarious. I'm going to have a link so that you can go see it. He copied the music I used and the way that I introduced my videos. He even wore a little pigskin. It was so funny. But he felt that my coffee mug was not adequate. It was not enough. So he had to add his own coffee mug. So, we're going to have to remove that. That is in the way. Okay, Nick, great coffee mug. Love it. But, you. So I'm going to tear this down. And then we're going to get to collecting some materials because the first thing we got to do, we need to finish up the roads. It's been a little while since I've been here. I've noticed people have been planting trees and really making the place look nice. But all the lamps for the roads, they need to get set up so these torches can start to go. Oh, I hear noise. Oh, it's the portal. Silly, noisy. Wait. What? Oh my gosh. Just so many things. Up, you get over there. So, I'm going to take the cup off of my building. I'm going to go collect. We got to collect a whole bunch of hoppers. I also collected, well, actually, I didn't collect it. Let me show you if I can navigate the door. Always have trouble with these doors. A bunch of sea lanterns. J-Seed was nice enough to get us some sea lanterns while I was doing a live stream, and I'll have the link to that live stream as well. So, I have to collect a bunch of wood because I got to build an insane amount of hoppers. So we're going to get hoppers, sea lanterns, and some other materials. And I'm going to tear this cup down. And then I'll bring you back and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do as far as street lamps for the road. So I'll be right back. Alright everybody. The cup is gone. And yeah, I have noticed that face too. I think that's the when pigs fly accomplishment. You can ride a pig off the edge into a big pool of water. So, it's like I'm watching myself. But, here's what I've been working on with some street lamp ideas. Now, at first, I had this kind of idea where it was two lights like this. But as I started to place them along the roads, it seemed like it was way too much. Like the lamps were really obstructing your view of everything else around you. Now, I tried making it where it's single lamps, and at first, they didn't look all that great. Like, I'll take this off and show you. Oh, grief of myself here. Good grief. So, I took it off, and it looked like that. So it's okay. It's just a little basic. Not too much. Not very obtrusive. See, you notice the light, you notice it's there, but it doesn't take away from the surroundings. But I wanted them to look a little more fancy than that. Just a little bit more. So I tried out this design, sticking the fence post and having them poke up the side like that. And I think I like that. Now, I kind of did a variation of that here on the corners so that it looks like that. And I'm starting to like this. I think this is working out a little bit better than my original design. And I figured I would just go ahead and build one here on camera real quick. Yep, I've moved all my stuff from here somewhere way out where I'm going to start my new base. So I don't have any materials with me. So yeah, I'm using wood where normally I would just use dirt to stack up. But let's see. So I'm putting a hopper, and then a light, and then a slab on top like that. And that's really all there is to it. And then and this is the dark oak fence. I tried spruce, but the dark oak, it just seemed to be a better fit for the blue and the white that's on the lamp. And there you go. That's really all there is to it for making these lamps. I just have to set them up everywhere. Lots and lots of them. Typical me to come up with an idea that's just going to take an insane amount of work to do. Very repetitive too, over and over. Now the real trick is figuring out how to space these so that they're far enough apart that they're not taking away from the surroundings. They still work, but they also kind of make sense. Like these, see how these line up with the crosswalk? And I've tried to do a little bit of the same idea where like maybe it's even along buildings. And then around the crosswalk, I'm going to have to take down one of these two. I'm not sure which yet. But these kind of lined up well with the corners here. And I may move these over just a little bit. But I've also got to figure out what I want to do in here. Because in here it's a little dark. And I thought of maybe doing something like this. We'll break these vines. And we're going to do like a variation of what's going on over there. So let's see. Okay, I do have the half slab. So I'm thinking like a slab here, a light here, and maybe that there. Something like that. I don't know. That kind of works. I'm not so sure about that. I think I'm going to leave it for now. I wonder if I did this like that. I don't know. So this is kind of Piggy going off script a little bit here, and we're just testing out a few ideas. But I may go ahead. You know what? Let's try this. Instead of that, let's do that. No, I'm not too sure about that either. But I'm going to keep experimenting. And just so you know, you've got to use a Silk Touch tool if you place those wrong, and you have to break them. So if you're building with the lamps and you want to try out some stuff and you need to break them, make sure you use a Silk Touch. But I'm going to go ahead and set up a whole bunch of these lamps just to get an idea if this is going to work. Because I'm liking the way it looks, but I don't know if it's going to work throughout town. I'm so used to seeing town without the lamps. See how looking this way everything looks so open? And when you start to build it, see how it kind of makes everything seem to close in a little bit around you? I don't know if I like that feel. So I'm going to experiment a little bit with this. I may have a few server mates check it out just to see if they like it. And then we're going to get started on Mr. Chicken finally getting put in his place. So I'm going to work with these. I'll be right back, and I'll explain to you what that's supposed to mean. All right, everybody. Here we go. I've managed to get all the lamps finally done. And I went ahead and stuck with the real simple design. I tried a bunch of different things, and it just always seemed like there were way too much to look at when it came to the lamps. I'll also change one more thing where I was putting the lamps right here on the border. I went ahead and moved it one block over because when they were on the border, they felt like they were too close together. So you felt really tight and cramped along the road. But now that I've moved them out one on each side, and I moved them further apart, so in other words, there's less lamps overall. Like looking this way, it still looks like there's a lot. But they're all spaced apart like this. So as you're walking along the road, it looks like there's a lot, but you're not constantly passing by. And here at one of these diagonal junctions, I guess you would call it, see how everything's still real basic? And going that way, everything stays basic. So it's unobtrusive. It doesn't take over your view. It just becomes part of the view. And I went ahead and kept this design just for the ends because I really liked it. And I figured, just one at each point. It doesn't overdo it. So, and I'll go ahead and show you this back in the center of town. I finally figured out what I wanted to do with the lights in there. And you can kind of see me getting close. What I did. Just real basic. I decided to go with this design, and once I did this, I realized I was kind of overthinking it. I was trying to add way too much detail to it. And sometimes it's good to make things really simple. See how you come in and you've got light, You can see the light, but it becomes part of the room. It doesn't take over the room. So, now that we got that done, we're almost ready to tear this truck down because the roads and lights are finished. But we're going to go ahead and finish up one more project today. And you can see that I have made a little bit of a change here. I've kind of cleared everything out because the chicken shack is showing up finally. So I went ahead and made this box design. Tried to make it look like a nest or a little, I don't know what you would call it, like a roost, something the chicken would be sitting on to lay its eggs. And then I started to tear into this. Now this is the old setup. I think Moshmo built all this, and this is just your general chicken cooker, kind of based off of Xumavoid's design, I believe. And I'm going to do basically the same thing, but I am going to put it up inside the chicken because we're going to make this area very special. This area is going to be a hopper collection system with chests, so that we can separate the feathers, the eggs, and the cooked chicken. And that way we can get feathers, eggs, and chicken from this one place. We don't have to climb way down there and get everything out from all of the chests that are mixed up and backed up. So I figured it'd be a little boring to watch me have to build all this redstone stuff on camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip out the guts of the chicken. Sorry, chicken. About to clean you out, buddy. But I'm going to take all the stuff out of there. I'm going to redo the redstone and get everything working. Then I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. Then, I think on camera, I'm going to go ahead and build this little spot right here. It's just going to be more decoration than anything, but I figured it'd be fun to do. So I'm going to get to ripping the guts out of the chicken, and I'll bring you right back. Alright, everybody. You can tell by the sound of all that noise, there are a lot of chickens around. Yep, and see this spot right here? That's kind of like our little plug in case we ever need to go in there and add more chickens. I'm going to take you down in here and show you what it looks like. So we've got a basic design, kind of modified Xumavoid's chicken farm design. I'll have a link down in the description of that. But these chickens that are seated in here, they're going to lay eggs. It's going to go into this hopper. Now, some of the eggs are going to go straight down to a chest down below. It's going to collect eggs. And the rest are going to get shot out here onto this block and hatch. As they grow up, they'll hit the lava, it'll cook them, and they'll die, and they'll drop feathers and cook chicken. That stuff's going to go into this, I think it's a dropper or a dispenser. I can never remember. I always get them mixed up. But it's going to come down here into this system, right in here into the water. Now, this is a item sorter that was created by Impulse SV, and I'll have a link to his tutorial as well. But if you look, right in here, I've got these blocks called dummy blocks. You got dummies. And so what happens is, as chicken fills up in here, it's going to want to have 41 items or more. And it's going to let stuff go through. Now, when this fills up, it's not going to let anything else through. So the water's going to wash it to the side. And it's going to go down into a chute down there that you can't see, but there's lava way down there. It's going to burn it up. And so this way, this thing cannot get backed up and overflowed. It will always sort the items for us. So that's cool. And I'm going to put a yellow block right here, just in case we ever need to get inside. We know exactly where we're going. So, the great reveal. You ready? Check this out. How you like that? So I went ahead and used some more of the dark oak fences around in here, and I used some spruce leaves just to give it a little bit of a rustic feel. So it doesn't seem so, just open and basic. But you might be wondering, what in the world is that birch plank just sitting there for? Well, I thought I would go ahead and build the rest of the build on the camera. And I've been thinking about it. I'm like, what do I want to go in this little area? And I thought, you know what? If people come over here and they want to eat, they want to have a place to sit. So I figured it'd be cool if we made like a little, just a little place to sit at. And you know what? I don't have any dirt blocks with me. I was going to use some dirt blocks to pillar up. Maybe we can do this without the dirt. There we go. Woo! That worked. Uh-oh. But I do need to, oh man. Okay, so I'll have to come back off camera and finish this off. But I'm going to show you what I was going to do. So I'm going to go like this, like that. And see, I'm going to have the 2 red right there, right? Well, on top of that, I'm going to make it where enemies can't spawn. But at the same time, it's going to have a cool looking effect to it. So watch. See how it's got just a little bit of a different color there? Yeah, thought that would be pretty cool. You know what I might be able to do? I might be able to ender pearl my way up there. Let's see if we can do that. So I'm just going to... Wait a second. Oh, I need to put the white there, don't I? So we'll do that. And not that. Okay, so red there and then white. There we go. We got this. We are so pro. So, you can jump up here. Do like that. There we go. That works. And I'm going to cover the white with the red. And the red with the white. Just like that. Now, I wanted it to look like an awning was sticking off the side. So I'm going to use this cool trick that I learned from watching False Symmetry, where she would use string to build on top of. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring a ring around, not the rosy. We're going to bring a ring around this whole seating area with string. And see, as long as your cursor doesn't point at it, you almost don't even notice the string is there. Now, because I'm talking about it, you're going to notice it for sure. But what I'm going to do is kind of the same idea with the carpets. We're going to alternate colors, just like that. And we're going to make it a border all the way around. So let's see, get that. And for some reason, the game doesn't like to, or at least it wasn't working for me. I couldn't look at the string and pop down the wool that I wanted. I had to actually place the wool up against an object, like that. So here, I'll show you. Put the white there. And see how I'm aiming at the string? Whoa, it worked. Huh. You know what? I might have been standing underneath trying to do it, and that's why it wasn't letting me do it. So we're going to do that. And I think one more, and we'll be done. And I need to climb up here. There we go. Just like that. And so that is going to be our little eating area. Now, there we go. I knew I had one more thing to go on there. Put some cups right there, like you're stopping to get a drink. And there we go. That is the chicken, not really, I guess it's a chicken farm, but that's the chicken finally put in its place. Now he's doing a job like he's supposed to be. So see, got us a nice little chicken area to eat. You come over here, and you need some cooked chicken. I figured the most that people are going to want is going to be the cooked chicken. So, got some in there. Get some feathers, which is already full from what had been backed up underground. And then eggs. And what I'm going to do is, I've got all those eggs and all those chickens up there in the ceiling. I'm going to clean all that out and get rid of those chickens so that this can be the proper chicken collection area. So, I'm going to take care of that real quick. And then I'm going to meet you in a surprise spot to show you what my next great adventure on this server is going to be. Alright? So I'll be right back. Alright, everybody. There we go. The truck is gone. And look at that. It's about the only thing that I didn't have room for my inventory. A little pressure plate and some chicken. It'll just despawn. And I went ahead and stuck over here in front of my shop leftover sea lanterns that I didn't need. In case anybody wants to come get these, they can have them. And blocks of coal that were left over from the pavement project. Now, I'm not quite certain what we're going to do about the kites. The little offshoots from the main diamond that is the city. So I figured I would stick these here for now because we may still use them in paving or doing some kind of roads out there. But I will have to get some dirt and come back and fill this in so that this spot looks like it belongs. But now that I've gathered up all my junk, and trust me, it has been, gosh, I don't know, about an hour moving all this stuff, we're going to go ahead and pop into the Nether, because this is what the familiar site is going to be now. Or for episodes to come, I should say. We are going to always try and remember coming out the side with the hatch to turn right. And this is a cool idea that Phineas Rage had come up with. Not the falling part. But there we go. Where you can throw an ender pearl and pop right up. And check this out. We're going to run way down here to the end of this tunnel. I wonder if I could just ender pearl faster. Somebody did put a run beacon up here, so that helps. Check this out. Piggy's future ice spike base. So that's right, we're going to the ice spike biome. Now, I do have to work on this tunnel. Got to nice it up a little bit. And I noticed somebody had made a path down. I'm not quite sure where that goes. But I'm going to pop over here. Uh-oh, it's going to be nighttime when I stick my face out. I just thought about that. Well, that's cool. We can look around at night. Night has a really nice look to it. But this is it. This is the ice spiked biome. Now, I've got this really cool idea that I want to do here that I have yet to see somebody else do. Is that a bad guy? It sure is. I didn't know if somebody was messing with me, because see how that's just sitting there in leather armor not doing anything? Well, ooh, creeper, you stay over there. So check this out. See right here? This is something that Jurg had trolled me in a stream one time. She stuck this over here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop down in here real quick. Ooh, I need to clear out an item in, space for my inventory so that that creeper does not sneak over here and get us. There we go. We'll just do that. So I'm going to grab this dirt. We're going to block this off. See, I've got a little way down to a mine shaft down there. And this is all the junk that I had in town. I've managed to move it over here. So I'm going to get to organizing this stuff. I'm going to get to fixing up my little mine shaft and just starting to collect some of the ice spikes and kind of lay out the area the way I want it. And as soon as I figure out exactly how I'm going to lay all this mess out, goo! You get! We don't need you guys destroying all the great stuff out here, because this stuff you can't even make. Oh, you know what? I'm going to run. I'm going to run and try not to get this stuff blown up. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Playing with a Full Stack.